Well, all anyone can talk about is tariffs crashing the market like you see here. This is a graph from April 3rd, Thursday. But what I want to talk about is how companies are trying to capitalize on this and sort of trick consumers into thinking that they're going to get some screaming deal, specifically with Ford. Now, this is coming in from Detroit News. I'm sure that you saw this headline. It's just splattered all over the news yesterday on Thursday. Ford extends employee discounts to customers as auto tariffs take effect. I'm going to walk you through how this isn't a big deal. And this is, in my opinion, Ford just trying to stay relevant in the news. They're trying to capitalize on tariff news to make sure that people know that they're not going to raise prices because they have a crap load of 2024s that they need to still offload. Let's go look at some inventory. I'm going to show you the games that they're playing. So here's what they claim. This is from America for America. This campaign offers what is known as A-plan pricing, is expected to run through June 2nd. So it's going to go from April 3rd to June 2nd. They claim that you can get anywhere from $2,000 to $10,000 off of a vehicle's manufacturer's suggested retail price. That puts the cost below dealer invoice. But I'm going to show you what the average is here and how much it actually really amounts to. And I thought it was interesting. Ford, they asked Ford, they said, so you're decreasing prices for customers, but also tariffs are increasing prices. So what's that going to do to your balance sheet? And they said, quote, we are comfortable with the pricing for vehicles that we have on the ground today, which means all the vehicles that didn't incur tariffs, they're okay with discounting them slightly below invoice. So this ends up being about 0.4% below invoice. And I'm going to show you how a lot of these Fords are already lower than that, in my opinion. And I don't think this is going to amount to anything. They've already had 2024s on their lots. And I think we're just going to see maybe $2,000 or $3,000 more off of what they already were. So some dealerships are going to get more aggressive and some won't. I'm going to show you a couple examples. Let's start with this. Oh, and by the way, I think it's worth pointing out, look at this. This is cars.com, just one aggregator website. This isn't Auto Trader. Look at how many Broncos are for sale across the country in the United States. 20,676. Bronco Sports, 20,500. We've got 2,800 Expeditions, 2,700 Expedition Max, 12,000 Explorers, F-150s, almost 60,000 F-150s for sale. Ah, there you go. F-250s, 19,000, F-350s, 13,000, Rangers, 5,000. So you're going to see probably the best deals on maybe Broncos and F-150s is my guess. I believe the F-250s are excluded from this employee pricing, if I'm not mistaken. So let's look at some F-150s. Let's look at the average man F-150. So keep in mind, these are the least expensive. These are the lowest priced F-150 XLTs crew cab that I could find across the entire country. Lowest prices, $41,524. And of course, the devil's always in the details. This one has 825 miles on it. Could have been a demo or a loaner or something. Still, not a terrible deal. The MSRP is actually $57,000. It is four-wheel drive. It does have the 2.7, the 10-speed. But I want everybody to remember, always use these price history features like this. So this truck was listed 95 days ago, and they always play these games. They're going to tell you it's $16,000 price reduction because what they do is they hike the price up, as you see here, to $58,000, and then they drop it back down again. So the original price in January was $45,000. Now we're down to $41,524. It's not that it's a bad deal. It's actually probably one of the lower price trucks I've seen for an XLT with a crew cab, but it's still not as good a deal as they always want to project. So always use this price history. Whether you're on Auto Trader, cars.com, always try to find a historical price chart to see who's playing games and who isn't. Now, this might be a slightly better or a more true example. It's a 2024, again, Ford F-150 XLT. It only has 32 miles on it, $42,526. Now, this one, surprisingly, it's four-wheel drive. It does have the 5-liter, which is a little surprising. Actually, it's listed as the 5-liter here, but when I scroll down to the notes on the car, it does say 2.7. Yeah, so I'm just using Ford's window sticker. That is a 2.7, not a 5-liter. So this one is going to be close to the same style discount. Started out at $47,000. If I show all changes, This actually started out at $49,951 back in September of 2024. And fast forward to April 4th, we're at $42,526. So that's definitely the lowest price it's seen. So prices are coming down. I'm not saying this is a great price, but it's a heck of a lot better than paying 50 grand for a 2.7. And here's another one. I'm going to show you what I think prices are actually going to go to. I actually don't think they're going to reduce that much for trucks like this. So this one's $43,995. It's a 2.7 EcoBoost as well. So let's look at invoice price on this. I'm just going to grab the VIN. CarEdge isn't sponsoring this video, but I'm going to use their service anyway because I kind of like their invoice service. And it is nice on the top here. I can go back to the 2024s, which is kind of nice to see previous model year. Sort of tough to say because we aren't sure about four-wheel drive. We aren't sure about features. There's a lot of different features on these Fords, different packages. But this gives us some starting point. So if we sit here and say $44,628 is the invoice on this. And this is a perfect example why I don't think you're going to see much lower prices than what we already see. If you do a nationwide search, maybe in your locale, it'll get a little cheaper with this employee pricing, but I don't think prices are going to come down that much. So in this scenario, we've got $44,628. If you take that 0.4% employee pricing, which is basically, they're saying that it's going to be roughly that away from the invoice price. So you take another $1,785 off. So $44,628 minus $1,785, that's roughly $42,842 would be the employee pricing on a 2024 Ford XLT. If we go back to this, you know, we're right in there at $43,900. So it's a little bit more off. I mean, I'm not saying that that's bad. It's still good for you as the consumer to get a grand or two more off, and maybe that'll increase a little bit more. But I don't think this is really as big a deal as everybody's making it out to be. But it might push you to buy. I don't know. Maybe you're just tinkering on that edge of like a couple $1,000s less, I would do it. And this is going to push you into buying one. I'm kind of curious on the Broncos too. They've got 20,000 Broncos across the country. Let's look at that really quick. So 24 Broncos, 6 miles on it, 37,000. It had a $626 price drop. Let's look at the history. And here's the price history on it. So it looks like it came in December 19th, $36,000. It actually came in listed less than it is now. So this is why I think you need to look at these prices and look at the trends. Prices have gone up on this for whatever reason. They actually had it up to $38,000 at one point on April 1st. So now they can, you know, put the price up and then bring it down and say, ooh, look at all the savings we're giving you. So keep that in mind. Let's look at the invoice on this. So that was a 24. This is actually a 25, but it's a Bronco Big Bend. This is coming in at $39,360. That's the invoice price on this. So again, this 24 is already priced at $37,634. So maybe we'll see some more across the country that coming down in price, but this one probably already has that employee discount baked in if you're factoring it based on the invoice price. The 25s might be a little higher invoice price, but still, being realistic here, I think Ford just did a headline grab and they're trying to get people to keep looking at them, I guess, with the tariffs. I'm sure Ford and other manufacturers are concerned that you, the consumer, you're going to think that after April 3rd, all the vehicle prices are going to go up and you're just going to stop looking at cars. So they want to stay front and center in your mind and just try to pull you in. And here's one more example of the Bronco 2024 Big Bend. This one has 2,300 miles on it. It is a four-door. $37,995 again. This could have been a loaner or something or a dealer demo. But you'll see this, I mean, just time and time again on this price history, you're going to see this listed 84 days ago. January 10th was the first day, $39,148. Went all the way up to $42,000 in February, and now it's back down to $37,995. So just keep that price history in mind. Let me know what you think about Ford and them trying to kind of capitalize on these tariff headlines. I don't think this employee pricing is going to drop prices much. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think they're going to actually dump maybe $5 grand off? I don't know. Could we see half tons down below 40,000 that people actually want to buy, not the ones with Steelies and single cabs? Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching. Till next time.